safe to say we've talked about The Matrix on this channel more than once, and for the most part it's been explaining some of its confusing elements. But what would happen if this time we talked about the elements that were just too damn confusing? Welcome to Patrol Clip, and today we'll be addressing some of the most confusing things about The Matrix that really don't have a logical answer. These topics can range from why can't agents track Neo to how was the underground city Zion built? But before we begin, make sure you hit like, ring the notification bell, comment, and of course subscribe for more videos just like this one, Matrix and otherwise. Also would like to remind our viewers that if you subscribe now and leave your email, you'll receive a free PDF on how to become a successful social media influencer. Check that out today. Here we go! Question number 1. How does Morpheus know that Neo is the one? The Matrix series primarily takes place from Neo's point of view, and in the first movie, he's just a random guy who happens to be a really good hacker until he's found and contacted by Morpheus, pulled out of the Matrix, and told he is quote-unquote the one. Morpheus really seems to legitimately believe that Neo is without a doubt the one, but the movie doesn't really tell us how the hell he knows. The short answer is that it doesn't really matter to the story because, convenience. We're meant to experience his character arc and how he becomes the one, learns about his powers. The how we get to Neo part isn't really specified either, but if you really want an answer, the film makes it clear that Morpheus, in addition to being a leader of the Resistance, is also an expert hacker. And it also makes it clear that Neo has gained a reputation as someone who seems to question the nature of his reality.
Wow, that sounds like a really good deal. But I think I got a better one. How about I give you the finger, and you give me my phone call.
Neo has also heard of Morpheus before and has expressed curiosity about him in the past. Therefore, it's likely that Morpheus had been observing Neo for some time before the events of the film, and that, after consulting with the Oracle, he came to the conclusion that Neo was the right man he was looking for. So basically, Morpheus did his research, it's just that we didn't get to see that research on screen. Of course, if you were to ask Morpheus himself about it, he'd probably just put his sunglasses on, look you straight in the face, and say, "What if I told you it doesn't matter what you see?" Question number 2. Humans as batteries? The entire system of the Matrix is powered by human bodies. Yeah, as the people live within the Matrix itself, oblivious to what's really happening to their bodies, those bodies are kept as batteries to fuel the system. Talk about a literal living nightmare. It's a really cool concept, but the problem is that this kind of doesn't make sense. When you go to sleep, your body actually produces less energy than a farm animal. That's right, cows are a better energy source than you. Humans, on the other hand, produce little energy and make lousy batteries, which begs the question, why don't machines try and find other sources of power, like cows? Well, it's explained that the machines could be powered by the sun, but the sky is completely covered by clouds. Damn those notorious clouds anyway. Well, it doesn't mean that's the only way to get energy, but what about fossil fuels, or maybe hydroelectric power? Well, since Matrix takes place so far in the future, it's entirely possible that the machines already used all those resources. But still, using humans as batteries is only part of the reason they're kept alive down there. There's definitely a chance that because the programs have to serve a specific purpose, they would have to commit genocide on the entire human race if they did not keep them as batteries to power their systems.
The human body generates more bioelectricity than a 120-volt battery and over 25,000 BTUs of body heat.
At least that seems to be the only reasonable possibility. Hope you sleep tight tonight, guys. Question number 3. Why can't the agents track Neo? So what's cool about Morpheus is that he's able to use computer codes to track everything Neo does. And we know this because he had been doing it for a long time while watching over Neo and was the one who saved Neo from captivity with the agents. So with that being said, it opens up a huge hole in the plot. If Morpheus is able to hack into the system to track Neo, why in the hell can't the agents do it? Or the system itself for that matter? I mean, sure, the agents put a tracker on Neo to trace his every move, but there's really no reason for that. If Morpheus hacks the system, then the system should be able to track everyone in it natively, right? And what's more is that Neo is actually plugged into the mainframe, which is a direct connection. So that really doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense.
All that we're asking in return is your cooperation in bringing a known terrorist to justice.
Yeah.
Probably best to ignore it, otherwise you'll be thinking how Neo doesn't get caught during the first hour of The Matrix. So hey guys, just checking in, see if you got caught yet during the first half of this video. Keep running with us, because we've got some super confusing topics to cover. On to question number 4. Why does Zion exist at all? In the Matrix series, Zion is the last human city. It's an underground refuge where the human resistance movement's main base is and where the human race continues to work to preserve its culture, while also repopulating as much as possible. Yikes. Every resistance mission is launched from there, and hundreds of thousands of people live in freedom while they work for a way to wipe the machines out entirely. What doesn't make sense, though, is that if these machines are so powerful, shouldn't Zion be just wiped out already? I mean, they barely have any resources, and the machines counterattack them at almost every single turn. Well, there is somewhat of an explanation for this. In Matrix Reloaded, the architect mentions that Zion is allowed to exist by the machines in order to create a false hope for the humans, having them feel like they have a fighting chance. From the machines' point of view, Zion has to exist so that the Matrix can persist. Pretty twisted. Question number 5. How was Zion built? Staying on the topic of Zion, another confusing query we have is how the city itself was actually put together. I mean, it's a massive city after all. And if most of the humans are being used as batteries and the rest have been mostly wiped out by machines, who the hell built it? If the system had all the resources to basically take over the entire planet, why would it have let the surviving humans find the resources they needed and be able to actually construct a city? It has a lot of complicated tunnels and roads and a whole lot more. To add insult to injury, the core of the Earth itself is insanely hot. So as to how the humans were able to survive while building this city is a complete and total mystery. I mean, they'd be roasted in minutes, like s'mores. Question number 6. Why does Neo wake up in a subway station? In The Matrix Reloaded, Neo wakes up in the middle of a subway station in Matrix form while still in a coma in the real world. The young Ramachandra and his family are waiting in the station as well, and Rama mentioned to Neo how he can only leave this limbo-like subway by the tradesman's train. But how did Neo get there in the first place? I mean, why a subway? Well, it turns out the Oracle explains in Enter the Matrix that when he lashed out at the machines, Neo unwittingly touched the source, which is the machine nexus where programs go when they're deleted. But instead of dying, he entered a state of limbo instead. Well, Miss Oracle, that's not the most concrete explanation ever, but at least it explains why Neo's body and mind were separated and why he's in a comatose state, even if it doesn't necessarily tell us why he's in that exact version of limbo.
It's okay. I don't have an answer. I don't even know where here is.
This place is nowhere. It is between your world and our world.
Follow the damn train, Neo!
Question number 7. Why does everything look like it's from the 90s? Yeah, this is more of a nitpick than it is an actual problem, but hear us out. One of the coolest advantages of watching a science fiction movie is seeing what the filmmakers think the future might look like. In The Matrix, that future is a dystopian world that is ravaged and destroyed, and we've definitely seen that trope more than once after The Matrix. However, the world inside the program looks just like the 1990s, despite the movie taking place in the future. Here's a big example. The computer that Neo's using looks like a 90s computer. For some reason, the Wachowski siblings chose to use computers that looked pretty dated instantly. I guess it'd be pretty weird to see someone using a MacBook thousands of years from now. However, the main reason for this might simply be that they wanted to keep everything unchanged in the world of the Matrix so that the unaware humans moving through life would never notice a change in their technology to alert them of any danger. Still, though, it's a strange choice in the art department. Speaking of choices, It's now that time for you to make yours. Did you enjoy this video? Do you want to see more? Take the red pill, like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and you'll see a whole new variety of movie-related content. Or take the blue pill and, well, you really want to take the blue pill? That's not our color either. Thank you for watching, guys. And until next time.